Hey guys, welcome to another That's What's Rising New Champions. I want to give a special thanks to YNG Ryu. He has the game early, but guys, no worries. 1 week away, and we will also have the game early. So I just want to say thank you to him. I was going to go over some stuff here that I created and some of the screenshots that were taken by Ryu. So here we can see the players. So let's start by going to the first. We have Taki here. So as you can see, he has his technique is on the top. Defense, speed, power, and offense. I think this is in France. We have Misugi. So they're I think they're arranged by power level, or by cost level, I mean. Then we have Kitsugi. Kind of see the differences here. Misugi has more power. Taki has more speed. Taki has more technique. Not really much of a difference between them two. I'm sure they all both have their own individual skills and techniques. We have Isawa, he's way better than both of them. He's much better at technique, much better at speed compared to Kisugi. Taki is better at speed. I think his defense might be slightly better. His attack looks good, so he's better at technique, attack for sure, and slight defense, and he's pretty fast. So between these three, he's the better player. He's the midfielder. These two are attackers. Then we have Sorimachi, who's the same overall as Isawa. Sorimachi is good at attack, power. Let's see, compared to both of them, you can see the big discrepancy there in power with Isawa and Sorimachi. It's a big discrepancy. They trade off. Isawa wins over with technique. Sorimachi is a better power player. So if you know they both play different positions, so they would both be a good asset to substitute if your other players are unable to play for some reason. I don't know if this game takes into consideration how long a player has been playing for. So I mean, they need to add some sort of benefit as to why should I sub in Sorimachi for Hyuga. Other games in the Sabasa series was stamina. In this game, their stamina replenishes. So I wonder if over time the player gets worn down over the course of the game. So that's yet to be seen, but I think that would be a cool addition when it comes to substituting. Because right now, the only reason I would see to substitute a player is if they have a skill that sparks on the second half or during substitution, kind of like Misugi. Otherwise, there would be no reason to substitute Sorimachi with Hyuga, unless you get tired over time. Because I know the characters do get beat up and they do get worn out, but I don't know if that affects their the way they play. But with that being said, guys, let's continue. We have Takashi, who's right away, as you can see, he's better. He's 69 compared to Isawa and Sorimachi. He is the better technical player. He does have good attack, but he's lacking in power, and he is lacking a little bit in the defense department and speed. He's not so fast. Isawa is the faster player by a little bit, I think, not much. They're both the same position, so if you want a better technician, you would go with Takashi. But again, guys, they all have individual skills, so they will play different roles. So that's yet to be seen. We already know Takashi's skills. Here we have Shingo, who again a different position. He's defender. He's on the 70 chart, so he has good defense compared to the other guys. He has better power, but he's gonna need power to tackle. Sorimachi has power as well, but it's lacking in defense. Now we have Ryo, same position as Shingo. Shingo looks to be the better defender in terms of stats. Shingo also appears to have the better power. Ryo is the faster player. Ryo has more technique. Ryo has, I think, no, Shingo has better attack. So Ryo is the more technical defender. Shingo is the more power defender. So it depends on what you're looking for. We have Nida. Nida is a forward, and Nida's stats are blown. When you look at the speed, which is the VIT, and you look at the power and attack, he is over Sorimachi. Oops, sorry. He is over Sorimachi in terms of power and speed and attack. So Nida would be the better substitute player, but obviously he's going to be playing alongside Hyuga if you were playing with Team Japan, because he's one of the starters. And we have a goalkeeper. We have Murasaki. Can't compare him to the other guys, but there's his stats. We have Sano, who is an attacker. Sano compared to Nida has better defense. He is slower, he's less stronger. He has less offensive power, which is attack. And he is, I think he might be, I can't tell, he might have a little more technique, but Sano, it's weird because they have almost the same overall, but Nida for some reason looks like the better player. I don't know if this is because this is so zoomed in that it's hard to tell, but Nida for sure has more power and more speed. The attack, I think, as well, or offense in English translation. But when it comes to off technique, you know, there seems to be a big difference. Sano is the better defender. And here is Urabe. He's the better defender. If you were to compare him with, I can't compare him. What position is? Oh, he's a midfielder. So you would have to compare him to the likes of Takashi. Takashi is the better technician. Urabe is more all around, but he's more of a defender. So he would play the defensive midfielder right in front, in between the midfielders and the defenders. That would be his more suited location, because in terms of his stats, he's a defending midfielder with some technique, but not a technician like Takashi, who controlled the field and he can pass. Now we're going to the 90s. We have one of the brothers, Tachibana Mazo, who, as you can see, he is really good at offense, technique, defense. He's really all around compared to the other guys. Here we have Ken, who, you know, by the looks of it, blows Murasaki right out of the water. However, Murasaki is the better technical goalkeeper. So that's definitely going to come into play with creativity. Ken is the more better defensive, speed, power oriented goalkeeper. Murasaki is just all technique, and he has pretty good defense too, but not as good as Ken. Then we have the other brother, Kazu, who I believe might be the older brother. Don't quote me on that one. I would have to double check, but he is slightly better than his brother. Can't really see the difference much, but I think he might be better at technique and a little bit of power. Then we have Jitto. Holy cow, look at his defense compared to the likes of Ryo and Shingo, and his power. If we were to go back to defending, look at this discrepancy here. Look at these two, the power and defense. Let's compare it to Jitto. It's crazy. Jitto is a top tier defender, power defender. He lacks in technique, but he makes it up. He can also attack. Offense, he does have a skill called Giant Killer, so I don't know if there's any giant forwards so far that I can think of. I can't think of any. Can't think of anything, but he does have a skill called Giant Killer. He can definitely kill the other giant defenders like Galvin, people like himself. But he's definitely going to be an important goalkeeper. Now we have Zoda, who is better than Ryo, better than Shingo. Jitto is still the better defender. However, Zoda is much faster and much more technical. So Zoda is a technical defender who's much faster. Jitto is a more power defender. So this is the guy that you want in front of your goal. If you're just trying to rush, this is the guy that you want to catch someone that's much faster and is going towards the goal, and someone that you want to have the ball so he can pass it along, because obviously he has razor pass. So this is the guy that you want to make a play happen, kind of like a playmaker. This is the guy that you want to be your wall in front of your goal. Zoda has the higher stat, but Jitto has the higher defensive stat sheet here. Now we're jumping over to the 10s. We have Misaki. If you were to compare him to the likes of Kazoo, because of the same position, he has way better technique, way better offense. I think Kazoo might have better attack, power. Power. Misaki is faster, and Misaki is better at defense, I think. Obviously, Misaki is the better all-around player. I'm sure with Tsubasa on the team, he becomes much better as well. I'm sure he has some sort of skill that amplifies his playing around Tsubasa. Then we have Matsuyama, who's also a defender. I thought he was a midfielder. I guess they changed it again. If we're to compare it to the likes of Zoda, we would see, I was bragging about how technical Zoda was, but compared to Matsuyama, he's not even that technical, which is crazy. But he is the better defender slightly. He's more of an attacking defender. You can see his offense and technique are off the charts. I think he might be faster. Let me see. No, I think Zoda's faster slightly. Zoda has a little more pop. He has more power, but he has more offense. So he's more equipped to run an offense from the defensive position. Then we have Misugi, who, wow, looks really good. His offense is great. His technique is great. Great defense. He's not that powerful. He's lacking in the power department. His speed is not so bad either. His defense is good. So compared to the likes of, let's compare these two real quick. Misugi's the better technician, better attacker. They're playing different positions. Actually, Misugi, I think, might have a little more power. Matsuyama might be a little slower. Matsuyama has more defense. And compared to Misaki, these three, I think Misugi has the higher technique. Who has the higher defense? The defense goes to Matsuyama. The higher speed goes to Misagi. Higher power. Oh man, I can't tell. I think it might be Matsuyama or might be Misugi. I think it's Misugi. I think Misugi wins in power. And then when it comes to offense, Misugi wins that one as well. So obviously Misugi is the better player. And if Misugi has trump card or something like that we saw in the gameplay, if that is a skill that is activated when you come off the bench, then this man is probably going to get so much more points in his stats. His cost is going to go up. He's going to be his overall is going to go up. So he's going to be, remember guys, the total cost is just everything that's included. Like your moves also add cost. Your skills add cost. So there's a lot of things that add cost. So it's not like NBA 2K where Michael Jordan is a 99 or something, and I don't know, some other player like Scottie Pippen's a 96. It's not like that technically, because they're taking everything into consideration, even their moves. So we have to be mindful of that. And the next one is Wakabayashi, who blows Ken and disintegrates Murasaki. So if we were to go all the way back, we can see Ken is lacking in technique compared to Genzo, but I think he might have more offense. Yes, he has a little more offense than Genzo. Genzo is much better at defense, technique, and I believe speed as well. Let me just double check. Yep. So Genzo obviously is the better goalkeeper. Next we have Hyuga. Hyuga is by far the best attacker on the team. His offensive stats. He has the highest power. So that's what you rely on Hyuga, on his power and his offense. And his speed is not so bad either. He is a great player. He would have been better if he had defense and technique. That is what he lacks in. Then we have God himself, Sabasa Olzora. He has great offense, great technique, great defense, great speed and power. He is not the fastest one on the team. Nida's faster. He is not the best defender. Jitto is the best defender on the team. And I believe Nida is the fastest one on the team. He might just be the best technician. Let me just double check. He might just he might just be the best technician on the team. He might. His offense too. So I think he wins in both offense and technique. Power, he's not the best powerhouse, he's not the best speed, and he's not the best defender, but he is among the best on the team. He is the more accomplished one on the team. And again, I want to thank YNG Ryu, who's on the Discord. So thank you. Let's see. Guys, I redid the tier list based on stats. So based on the stats, I did the tier list. So I did 120 plus. So any player with a 120 or higher is an S. Any player that's between a 90 through to 119. I was gonna do 115, but I did 119. This can all be redundant. I was just trying to make it for the sake of this. If you do it to 115, then you can bring up Misaki up on an S tier, which that is plausible. Then you have 77 through 89 is a B, 76 is a C, and 69 minus is all a B. So that is the tier list that I recreated based off stats only, not skills. If you're going to base it off skills and everything, then you are going to have a much deeper look at that, and I didn't want to get into all that because I can't see the skill right now. But that covers that, guys. These are the stats. Hopefully these are official stats. If they are, then we officially know what every member looks like. And now let's do one more thing, guys. Let us calculate these stats and let's see what total we get for Japan. Alright guys, so let's start from Taki, and let's add up Taki's stats, or cost should I say. 55 plus Kasugi, 59 plus 65 Isawa plus 65 again plus 69 plus 71 plus 73 plus 78 plus 76 plus 76 again. Was that 76? Yep, 76 again. Plus 78 plus 96 plus 97 plus 101 plus 102 plus 105 plus 115 plus 116 plus 127, plus 129, plus 129 again, plus 149. Okay, so if these are the real stats, then guys, the real total cost for all these players, if you add all these numbers up, comes out to be 2,031 points. Meaning everything they've been showing us so far is not true. So now, this begs the question, what is England's real stat? What is the Netherlands' real stats? What is Germany's real stat? Are they still better than Japan? Or is Japan better? Because Japan's total stat right now is 2,031. And this is just taking into consideration, are these the legit stats of the players? Because I know in new hero mode, they level up. So, are these like the fresh stats? Are these exhibition stats? Are this V versus 1, one-on-one stats? Like, what are these stats exactly? So let's go back for a second. Guys, this used to be Japan's stat, and if you look here, we have every single guy we just went over, what's on that stat sheet, and the total cost means the total cost of the players in the team, and the total cost that we got was 2031, I believe. Let me just double check. Yeah, the total stat for Japan, if those stats were real, is 2031. So that means since Japan's stats were fake on here, you can bet your ass the other stats will be fake the other stats were fake as well. So this will tell us that maybe England is actually 200 points better than initially thought. That would tell us that Italy is maybe 300 or 200 something points better. France is better. Maybe they're, instead of 1,500, maybe they're 1,700 something or 1,800. Germany is going to be around 2,000, or, it depends. Are they still going to be better than Japan by a little bit, or is Japan going to be better than them by a little bit? Obviously, they're going to be close. Here's Japan again. Here's the Netherlands. This was Netherlands stats at one point. I highly doubt this is their stats. I don't know what's Brian's stat or any of the other guys, but this stat is low because that is the cost of the players on the team. It doesn't necessarily mean that Brian isn't good or the other guys aren't good. You have to be, your cost has to be on par if you want it to show. But guys, yeah, that was it, guys. That is what I wanted to talk to you guys about, was just the character stats, compare them with the other players, how that makes the current stat look like, if those are the real stats. But anyways, guys, thank you for watching. Join the Discord if you haven't. I will be hosting those tournaments. Other guys in the room are hosting other tournaments for other consoles. I'm only doing PlayStation for now because that's all I have. I will host other consoles for you guys too, so don't worry about it. I know there are Switch players there too, there are PC players. I will help you guys manage that, and we have other guys that are managing that. So guys, just join up and let's have some fun. Thank you for watching the video. Take care.